Hello Chicago interns, my name is Beth Locke. I'm the office manager here at the Chicago headquarters, and I'm really excited to show you the space. I wish I was doing this in person, so I'm looking forward to seeing your faces walk these very halls. And once you get off the escalator, you are greeted by our front desk, which is normally on your left would be Julie and on your right would be Mike. And they would be here to help you with anything that you needed as our front desk. So on the second floor, I will kind of show you a bit more around the space, but this is kind of our nice showcase floor where we have a lot of our client meetings in this space. So back there, let's see if I can zoom in. Ooh, I can. That's where our guests usually are directed to wait, and I'll get there too. This is one of our large conference rooms on 2 that we have client meetings. Let's push that open. So here's one of our large meeting spaces for client work. So on this floor, each floor we have a kind of theme for our conference rooms. So on the second floor, all the conference rooms are labeled after neighborhoods here in Chicago. So this is something. So we have Wrigleyville over there, Pilsen. So people usually come in, they greet, say hello to Julie, and then they swing by our cafe. So this is one of our little nook areas where people work and eat. And this is our cafe space. Over here is more of the cafe, so you can kind of get up nice and close to the bar here and eat. So we have refrigerators. This is actually one of my favorites, and I've already kind of tried to start my tea here. It's for hot water and for fizzy water, oops, and just regular tap water as well. So my tea will have just a little bit of fizzy water in it, apparently. This is a coffee machine. This is manual, but we normally, when we have staff in the office, there is drip coffee right here. So people kind of come in, say hi to Julie, and then grab a coffee on their way to their desk, or they grab it from the machine if they prefer the machine that can do added creamer. In here is a milk jug, so this can make you specialty coffee. Yeah, this is our cafe right off of reception. We are centrally located across from the Thompson Center and City Hall, and the Daily Center is to our left, so we're right in the thick of it. Then one of my favorite areas here in our office, I actually turned on the fireplace for you guys, because this is our nice little waiting area, an extension of our cafe. People like to come here and sit and eat lunches together. This very nice, cozy place to sit for just a quick rest and watch a little TV. These are quiet rooms, so I will show you a number of quiet rooms in our office. This is for phone conversations or meetings that you need to have, just little quick breakaway spaces if you need to close a door. So that is one of our quiet rooms. A nice little lounging space. And on it goes. But I think personally, this is one of the better views of our entrance area. And here's another little sitting area. So this is an area that a lot of our staff enjoy because it has a little grab and go drinks for guests, but we put out snacks around 2 o'clock. So snacks are put out here in the morning. It's fruit. So this is where people kind of go grab their coffee, grab a piece of fruit, or if it's the morning, they grab their third, fourth cup of coffee and then grab their snack. Up here is awards. This is kind of our little award shelf. And to my right here is our Englewood table. So this is technically a conference room, but it's an open space conference room. And the importance of this table is that on specific days during the week, it is used for our culture conversations that are led by a partner and staff that are part of the culture transformation team here in Chicago. So yeah, it's a beautiful wood table. I love it. And you can probably see the very Chicago specific wall that I'm walking up to that has a number of the city's greatest places to go and streets and neighborhoods in this beautiful Chicago flag. So this stretch is called the Magnificent Mile here in Chicago. These are our 3 main training rooms. So this is Mag Mile 1, and we have 2 others, so Mag Mile 1, 2, and 3. All right, here we are on our 3rd floor. So this way, where the TV screens are, if you head towards the TV screens, you're always heading in towards a cafe. If you are heading in on a side that doesn't have TV screens, that is not where the cafe is. So let's start in the cafe. So on these screens, if you're interested, they are off right now for obvious reasons, but they would normally have down here would be a floor map of what the space looks like, and above would be scrolling national footage, or on here would be culture conversation information. So if you were interested in knowing who was leading on what day, you would turn to this top screen to find out who was leading the culture conversation on the 2nd floor at that wooden table. All right, so here are 2, oh, there I am, hello, 2 very large guest offices for anyone who is coming from out of town. They can sit in these spaces, and it's next to Wabash. Off of each cafe is one of the larger conference rooms on each service line floor. There's some nice art. And here is some other very nice art, which is our staff. So these are our people picture wall of our team here on the 3rd floor. And fun stuff here in Chicago. And each floor has a little mini cafe. The one downstairs is the nice big one, but each cafe, you may recognize my teacup, has a nice little place to go and grab your 2nd, maybe 3rd cup of coffee for the day. These are all going to be down and out of order right now because we shut them down, but this is a Coke machine, freestanding, that you can use throughout the day, all free. And more drip coffee and tea. And each cafe looks out at the Thompson Center. So I am heading north. If you like nice directions, I'm heading north. And this is our standing desks. So if you're interested in either sitting down, and these are reservable, or if you'd like to stand up at your desk, we have 4 of these on each floor. And this, let's see if I can get a nice shot of it, is our audit wing. So if you are here interning an audit, this is where you would sit with your team. We are an open floor plan, and offices are for PPMDs. They're 10 by 10, all kind of the same size. So yeah, here's more space for audit. So on this floor, some of you may know Janet Malzone very well. She sits on this floor, I believe somewhere over in this vicinity. More audit. And we have 2 little team spaces. And a little bubble. And here, next to this purple wall, you will see a bunch of these on the floor. So this is a way for teams to get together and put something up on the monitor so that everyone can see the spreadsheet or the document that everyone is interested in working on. So if it's proposal work, client work, this is a quick place for people to get together and start working on that space. So yeah, this is the audit side. So this is our supply room, the door that says office supplies. You just kind of walk in and grab pens and paper, anything that you're interested in grabbing to do your work. This is our mail room. Our mail room is receiving and handing out mail that comes in. Mail that comes in gets placed into these folders for people to come pick up. And boxes, you get an email saying please come pick up your box. And it's also a production center, so there's a lot of different printers in here to produce a lot of the reports that we send out to clients. So that's our mailroom, very important people. And here is more advisory. So another advisory wing, additional business consulting and valuation. And over here, some of you may be familiar with Mark Sullivan through advisory, or the fact that he is our new OMP. So he has normally sat here in the office. So this is kind of our risk end. And there's another one of these tables with monitors to do teamwork. Another open meeting space. And our lights are motion censored. So that was a nice show of that. This is our risk team, so controls and a test is in this area. And we have 2 quiet rooms back there. All right, so we're back full circle to my cup of tea. Let's move on to the 4th floor. All right, we have made it to the 4th floor. They have their TV screens on, so I can show you. This is where you'd look at your map. And up top is all the office and national news up top. So again, if you're headed towards the TV screens, you are headed to the cafe. So there are some fun and interesting things here on the 4th floor, but some things will look very similar to the 3rd floor. So these are our guest offices where people can stop in. You'll see a merchandise mart. I failed to mention for the 3rd floor, that was all street names. And here on the 4th floor, it is all landmarks in Chicago. So you saw Wabash on the 3rd floor, which is a city street, and now we're looking at Merchandise Mart, the landmark here in Chicago. So a similar office setup. So I will not show you this on the 5th floor, but there are other kinds of spaces I can show you. So similar here on 4, cafe setup. Very cookie cutter. People like coming in and watching a little TV for a break. The stand-up desks. Same as 3. And we are on the tax floor. So you are now looking at tax. Here is a very little tiny advisory section for TS. So this, you guys may know Pete Colley, who helps run tax here in Chicago. So Tira, another team meeting room. Some more Tira. Oh, that's a cute little stuffed animal. Like that. And now we're in the partnership area. And we are back now at the 5th floor. Whoop. Same guest spaces. This is Humboldt Park. So on the 5th floor, all of our conference rooms will be labeled with park names. So each floor also has these picture walls right off of our cafe. So if it's not tax, audit, or advisory, what do we have on the 5th floor? So this is our national floor. So you know that we are the headquarters office. So up here we have a bunch of different national services. So I hope you enjoyed your tour today. I wish we were doing this in person and not virtually, but welcome to Grant Thornton, Chicago, and I hope to see you in these very halls someday very soon. Bye.
Hey there, interns. It's Mark Sullivan. I am the managing partner of the Chicago and Downers Grove offices, and we call that Chicagoland. I wanted to take a couple of minutes and introduce myself. I know that you were able to go on a virtual tour of the office. As you can tell, I'm not coming to you from the office. I'm actually coming to you from a cabin that my family and I rented up in North Carolina. So we're up in the mountains of North Carolina. We decided after being cooped up in our home for several months now that we just needed a change of scenery. So we came up here and kids are having some fun. I've got four sons who are all in their 20s, and my wife and a daughter-in-law. We're all here with the kids' dog, and we're having a good time. I'm working; they're having a little more fun, but it's just nice to be in a different change of scenery, I guess. It's one of the, I guess, one of the benefits from the entire pandemic that has had us all locked down and not able to go to our offices. But hopefully you saw in the virtual tour what a great office we have here in Chicago. As you probably know, Grant Thornton is Chicago headquartered. We've been here for almost 100 years. So there's a lot of pride in being part of the corporate headquarters, and I think you'll feel that as you get to know our people. I am kind of bummed out that you won't get to spend the days in the office with us. But realize we're not there either. So you're going to get immersed in working the way we're working right now until we can start to go back into the office. And we don't probably see that happening very fast. And when it does, it's going to be a pretty slow move back in, based on who wants to go. We've told all of our people, just so you know, that work from home is a number one choice right now, and will remain that way even after things get back to normal. So we've been able to prove that we're pretty effective working with our clients remotely like this. And this is going to turn out to be an okay thing for us because it's going to offer even more work-life balance and flexibility to work from different locations. So you'll be able to do your job from a mountaintop cabin in North Carolina with a bear that comes up your driveway every morning at 9 o'clock to say hello. So anyway, a little bit about me. I just took over the managing partner role at the end of April. Prior to that, I spent about 5 years leading our advisory practice for the Midwest region. Midwest region for us is Chicago, our offices in Wisconsin, Minneapolis, Detroit, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh. But now I'm focused wholly on the Chicagoland area, leading audit, tax, and advisory. Um, I grew up in the public accounting space. Actually, I didn't grow up in public accounting. I was working as an investigator in industry, and we had a big investigation that I had to notify our auditors of. And at the time, Arthur Andersen were the auditors. So I'm dating myself for you guys that studied about Arthur Andersen in school. Um, but anyway, they were just starting their first forensic accounting practice, and actually, they didn't even the term forensic accounting hadn't even been coined by anybody yet. It was the fraud and security consulting practice, and so we helped clients with those kinds of issues. But that's how I came into working in public accounting. I also spent some time at Deloitte, and I came to Grant Thornton in 2009 to lead the forensic practice, and I did that for a number of years for the Chicago office, and then the Midwest and Central regions. And like I said, I went from there to the advisory role and now leading the Chicago office. And I'm really proud to do that. We've got almost 1,000 people, and you're going to meet a bunch of them. And I think you're going to find that what makes the difference between our firm and the other firms, and I can tell you personally, having worked at two other firms, it's the people, it's the culture. You probably felt that as you went through recruiting. I think you'll feel it as you get to know our people. And even though it might be a little harder to get to know us all virtually, I think you'll get a good chance to see what we're all about. And you'll find this is a great firm to be at. And we really do think about our people and all the decisions that we make. And I hope that becomes obvious. But listen, I just wanted to take a chance, the opportunity to say hello to you all. Welcome you to Chicago. My door is always open. If you've got comments, feedback, questions, reach out. And I will see you again as I will participate in your time here. So I look forward to meeting each and every one of you virtually. But in the meantime, stay safe and we will talk again soon. Thanks. Bye.